Hey everyone, how's your day going? Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I have this pizza box full of paper scraps. I call them scraps. Some of them are fairly good size. I am going to take some of these and I'm going to start using them. So I have created some signatures for a new journal, and I've already collected some papers. Now some of these papers, like the otters, is from some books that my library was having a book sale, and the books were like 50 cents. Maybe some of them were $1. And I love some of the prints in these. We'll give you a better flip through of this a little further down the road. There's a floral book that has these beautiful prints here. And so I've chosen papers to make a 3 signature collage. I also have this library card that was in one of the books that I pulled out. So I'm going to be including that. But what I have done, my overall theme for the new journal is blue and yellow. So I'm going through my box of papers, and oh my gosh, there are so many yummy papers in this. Look at the texture in some of these. I just love it. And these things are just sitting here in a bag, in a box. Nobody paying attention to them. And I mean, you know what? It's time to use some of these up. They are so beautiful. So I have a bag of embossed papers here and some handmade papers. And I'm going to go through these, and like, there's a piece of blue paper. So I need to pull that blue paper out and put it by the side because blue is one of my colors. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to use everything I pull out of here, but I'm going to pull it out so that I have it. Look here, a piece of mulberry paper. One time I stamped a flower and embossed it in white on it, but there's some paper that's blue. So I'm going to go through here. I have some scrap of papers that I have clipped together. I really don't see anything right offhand in that that's going to work for me. I have some Japanese papers of varying thicknesses, and let's see, there appears to be a blue one in the back here. Not a very big piece. And see, what it is it's a sample, but we can use that. It doesn't matter that it ripped here a little bit. We can still use that. So I pulled that off, set that aside. And this is just for papers that are going to be fodder for our journal. So I have these. I have torn some art papers off of paper pad and left these strips behind. And oh my gosh, they're going to be awesome to have for fodder. I have some piano paper strips. I have some strips from coffee dyed papers. I have more of the Japanese papers. Let's see if there's any blue or yellow in here that might work. Oh, no. And then here are some textured papers. We have some, look at this. We're going to keep that aside. Look at the texture on that. That's so cool. And it's a shame. It's a shame that it's all just being wasted and just laying around in this box. There's some handmade papers. I have used some of this in my previous journals. There's a bag of craft paper scraps. I mean, it's all nicely organized. These are wood type papers for, like, why didn't I have these out and use them in my ferns and things journal? But I'll do another nature themed journal sometime. Look at this. Just look at the texture in there. And these are, like I say, scraps from my card making days. When I had my shop, we would do all kinds of different projects. Here's just some scraps of some handmade papers. Now, these handmade papers are nothing that I've made. It's paper that I've bought. Look at the texture on this or on this. This was a box of 12 by 12 papers that was gifted to me that had all this texture on it. Oh my gosh, look at it. All I have left of the whole box is what you see right here. I've pretty well used it up. but it's just beautiful. The paper stitching. Look at the paper stitching. So, look at this. I mean, they're yummy. They're so yummy. I have marbled papers here. They're just kind of tossed in here. Some more handmade paper. Here's some more nature type papers with like some wood pieces and stuff in it. So I've gone through this box and I have pulled out some of this that is embossed. I have these full strips of book binding that I was able to save, some more embossed, another book binding strip. I've got one of these out. I had some yellow stitched paper, some yellow yummy embossed paper. I love this stuff. Some blue stitched paper, some more embossed. I had some of this blue handmade papers, just pieces of it. There's some, right here is some mulberry paper. I love the mulberry paper. And what else? I have just some odds and ends strips here. We're gonna try using some of these up, guys. And then I have this, I don't know why it's in a clip in this box and not being used. It's all this book paper. So I've got that out and we're gonna try using that up. So I did pull quite a bit out of here. I think that and another day, I'm going to take time and sit down with this, and with these strips, I could make some really nice ruffles. I could make some really nice snippets and different things. Use some of these papers up, guys. I don't need to keep this box of paper sitting around. So I pulled out this to begin with, and in my journal are some otters. I love otters and I love the color of the paper. I'm going to turn it sideways here. I love the print. The pictures was just so cool. So I'm going to call this paper play because I'm going to play with my papers, scraps that I have, and otters love to play. So the otters are going to be here in this journal with me playing along. And as they're playing in the water, whether they're chasing frogs or whatever they're doing, and I'm going to be playing with some of my papers. Papers that I bought from the books, papers that I have in here, and we'll see what we come up with as far as a new journal, guys. I love this size. This is the size that I had made for my lap book journal. I think it's a 5x7 size, and it's just really, really handy. So it's going to be a 3 signature, and yeah, we'll see what we do with this. I hope you'll join me. And I have to go search my fabric and my lace and trim and come up with some blue, some beige, and some yellow lace and trims that are going to go with my journal. I will take all of this. I will put it in a container specifically just for this journal, so that when I want to work on this journal, all I have to do is pull out that container, and I'll have papers, and I'll have lace and ribbons and any other embellishments I find that might go with it. So see you soon, guys. Have a great day. Bye now.